give me another example in life where something has the potential to be something and we treat it as it is that thing without it actually being so.
Transgenders. But so let's say someone's on life
That
support.
was extremely, extremely ignorant. You should be embarrassed for saying that. But moving on.
Why should I be embarrassed?
Because of how ignorant it was.
You said give an example of when we treat somebody as if they say what they say they are, or if they are what they say
No,
they are.
I did not. I said give me an example how we treat something based on the potential that it has and not what it really is. So, like, for example, if someone saw LeBron James on the basketball court at 13 and is like, hey, this kid has potential to be in the NBA, they wouldn't take him off the basketball court at 13, plop him in the NBA, and pay him $35 million a year. Because he has not actualized his potential. That is the point I was trying to make. And you leveraged it to be transphobic. So yeah, I would say that's embarrassing.
No, you reworded the question the second time.
I did not reword the question. Your move, Chief.
What am I supposed to say?
Wherever you'd like to go from here.
Just tell me why you. I just don't think it's right to. I don't think you can justify killing a human life.
I have justified it to you. You can't even substantiate your own claim.
No,
yeah, because essentially, even if we go by your framework, that when there is no brain function, it is a dead being. There is no brain function for a fetus. Therefore, it would not be killing a human life.
That wasn't my framework. That was yours. You just.
That was yours. I asked you, can you tell me when someone is dead? And you said when the brain is dead.
When they have lost brain function, yes.
So something that doesn't have brain function.
No, when they've lost brain function. That's what I said. Because whenever you lose brain function, you cannot regain it. Whenever you don't have brain function yet, you can gain it, as in a fetus.
Then how do you know when you're alive?
There's two different scales.
There's not. You agreed that you can't be both at the same time.
Okay, so when do you determine you're alive? With brain function?
I already told you.
No, I don't know what you said.
I said when the developing body, organs, and systems begin to function as a whole. So which essentially, we don't know if that is true. We don't know if that is a possibility until birth.
All right, so you're giving out a bunch of terms and statistics and whatnot, but how is that just like? I want to know why it's justified to kill that, whether you think it's an embryo or a human or whatever you think it is.
Well, if I don't consider it a human life, I wouldn't give it any moral consideration. And if it doesn't have any moral consideration, then I don't see why it would be immoral to terminate its existence.
Well, I'll go back to the topic that was going on. Do you think morals are subjective or objective?
I think they can be both.
How so?
Because you can have morality that is subjective based in circumstance. Like, would you say killing is right or wrong?
I would say it's wrong.
So self-defense is immoral?
Well, no.
Well, so I just gave you a circumstance where someone kills someone and you changed your answer. So that is what I mean. In that case, morality is subjective. If you would like an objective morality, I think it is always immoral to sexually assault someone. There is no circumstance where it would be just. So that, to me, is moral framework that is objective.
Not killing in what circumstance?
What do you mean not killing in what circumstance?
I said killing in what circumstance, because you gave a circumstance for the second one. You said in self-defense.
Yes, that's why it's subjective. That's why it is subjective. because you said killing is always immoral, and I gave you a circumstance where it is not immoral, and you agreed. Therefore, is killing wrong is a subjective stance because it can change based on
I'm sure killing
circumstance
is wrong. Killing
or
is wrong.
situation.
Killing is immoral and under all circumstances. Let's go with that.
So self-defense is immoral then.
Sure.
There, then that would be your objective stance. That is what would make it objective. Again, your move, Chief. Where are we going from here?
No. Oh, I don't know. What do you want to discuss?
Well, so you haven't substantiated the claim why abortion wouldn't be just.
Well, we believe that morals are in well, we think all human life has subject or objective or intrinsic moral value, and you think that you just saying that it's not a human means it's human life.
I know. I'm asking you. Are you do you eat animals?
That's irrelevant. I said human life.
Right, but I'm trying to say if you eat animals, then you distinguish that there is nuance in the terms of life, and you did give different moral consideration based on what type of life it is. You don't give animals the same moral consideration as you do humans, correct?
Yeah, I said human life is intrinsically invaluable
Why?
because it's life, and and we should all have the right to live and prosper and do whatever we feel like we want to do.
Do you see how circular that answer is when I ask you why is human life valuable? You say because it is life. Animals are life.
Okay.
So even by your own framework, that doesn't work. Like, why can't you substantiate what specifically about humans you value to give them different moral consideration?
Under our, well, I don't know where you're from, but under the Constitution of America, uh, we have we should all be endowed certain inalienable rights, like the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And
So now you want to make a moral argument by appealing to legality?
no, I'll just pointing that out.
Right, but you're giving me legal framework when establishing your moral framework.
No, I was just pointing it out. Like it says that
So,
in the.
okay, let's just move on from this point. Let's say that I do give a fetus a right to life. So, fetus has the same right to life as you and I do. You now have to substantiate why a fetus has the right to my uterus.
Because they have what we call positive rights, where they're they granted the right to, or you have to grant them the right to. I think it's equal, like uh, shelter. What's it called? I'd have to look
People
it
are
up.
not guaranteed shelter in America. Otherwise, we would not have homeless people.
Oh, that's what we call. We got positive rights.
Right, but that doesn't have anything to do with the right to my uterus because, I'm sorry, host, what is your name?
You can call me Mel.
Mal. Just if I needed a kidney, I would not be able to take Mal's kidney without her consent. So even though I have a right to life, it does not override Mal's right to her own body. Just like in pregnancy, even if I give the fetus a right to life, it does not have the right to use my uterus without consent. And so that's what you need to establish if we're going to go in the rights framework.
I assume you're waiting on me, but to be honest, I didn't hear half of what you said. But if you want to
Why?
repeat,
So
Can you hear me now?
yeah,
So, like I was saying, I have the right to life, but if for some reason I was in kidney failure,
cutting out.
I would not have the right to take Mal's kidneys, who is the host, in order to sustain my existence. Is that
You're cut,
correct?
you're cutting out. You're cutting in and out.
Can the chat hear me?
You're cutting in and out for me.
yeah, I hear you just fine.
Okay, so it's not me. So it looks like the chat can hear me.
Yeah, I think it's him.
Oh no. Did you miscarry, Crob?
Miss Carey, what?
Oh, you are there.
I've been here. I said you were cutting in and out for me.
All right. Well, that is an issue with your connection, not mine.
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yeah, you can hear me.
You're cutting in and out. So it's your Wi-Fi or your connection. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, smart ass.
That wasn't even smart ass.